Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the South Florida Gospel News Radio Show. I'm so glad to be here. So glad you could join me. This is the last broadcast for 2022. At least I think so. But I do plan to rerun this broadcast throughout the week up until the new year. So, what I'm going to do this morning is I am going to do a 2022 in review. I am Deborah Hall McCullen again, and I am the special guest in the studio today. You don't physically see me, you don't need to see me, but you can hear me just fine, I'm sure. So, what I decided to do, first of all, it is freezing outside to me. So I was like, am I going to set up the studio? Am I going to do this and do that? And I decided, no, 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 no. We're going to sit here in our comfortable, warm pajamas. We're going to sit here in what I call a skull cap. Some people call it a beanie cap. I have my blue heron raw raised cap on. And if you want to get one, go to rawraised.com, rawraised.com. Bradley Stutt still owns it, and they have some fantastic Riviera Beach apparel and paraphernalia there. I have the mug. I have I think I got a pair of socks. I have the skull cap and a couple other things, and I need to go back over there and order some more stuff. So if you really love Riviera Beach and you are from the raw, as you say, go to rawrace.com. Bradley Stuff still has some great things to sell you over there. And proudly wear your raw raised apparel. All right. So as I said, this is 2022 in review, and we are about to get started. I have so many pictures to share. I have so many jumbled up things, not necessarily in any kind of order, but hey, let's go. So the first thing I'm going to start with is to say thank God for 2022. This year has been epic. So many things have happened. So many people have left us, which is just I'm not going to name them, but our loved ones who we cared about who left, may they rest in eternal peace, and we'll get to see them again someday when we leave here. So I'm going to start out at my year in review, and I'm going to start out by saying happy anniversary again to my parents on their 64th wedding anniversary. Their wedding anniversary was December 12th. 2022, which was last Monday or Tuesday, one of those days. But anyway, they've been together for longer than 64 years. I think it's like 66. My dad always corrects me every year with the correct date. So they have been together for a long time, child. The good, bad, ugly, better, best, they still together. God bless their union. Amen, Jesus. I love them so dearly. I wish I could go see them for the holidays, but I decided to skip it because, I still haven't got my voice back all the way, but it's coming back since I've been sick. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is in 2022. Uh, I did what is it called? The inaugural, the first MLK marathon in Palm Beach County. So I was part of that. Hey, I didn't come in first or last, but I finished. So I got a couple of pictures of me. And guess what? Um, that's me crossing the finish line. Thank you, Chandra Stringer, for the pictures of me crossing the finish line right here. Appreciate you for capturing that for me. This is me as I got my medal. I was so happy. I was happy to be able to participate and finish. And it's not easy, trying to Fred Flintstone walk, burning up your feet, trying to go fast and, trying to place in a decent time. But I did it. And guess what? I was the only City of Riviera Beach employee to participate. So they put me in the city newsletter under employee spotlight, and I appreciate that. Thank you, City of Riviera Beach. So that was the first annual race in Palm Beach County, and it came through the Black Chamber of Commerce. So they're going to do it again January 2023, and I signed up a couple of months ago to participate in that one. So in addition to that marathon, I did another one a couple of weeks ago which was the Palm Beaches Marathon. There I am in my green shirt, showing out, waiting to get started. And guess what? I didn't come in first. I surely didn't come in last. And I beat my time that I had for the MLK Marathon earlier this year. So there I am flexing after I finished. And that's my medal that I received for finishing. It was a lot of fun. I'll probably do that one again next year. The other thing that I did, and again, I'm going over my 2022 and everything I did. I am so grateful for every experience I had, good, bad, whatever. Hey, I'm still here, and I'm so grateful for it. But the other thing that I did was I became a Florida certified records manager. We had to take a test and pass the test in order to become certified. So I went to Daytona Beach and I stayed there for about a week, taking classes, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Ate some real good food while I was there. I went to Joe's Crab Shack for the first time in my life. It was wonderful. I stayed in a really nice resort. And this is me getting ready to take my test. I passed my test, child. I am a Florida certified records manager. All right. And so they put me in a newsletter again for City of Rivera Beach. And they said, congratulations to me on receiving my certification from the Florida Records Management Association. And let me tell y'all something, it's not easy um, managing records, especially taking that test. They give you all kinds of things that they throw at you. But hey, thank God I passed. All right. So in Riviera Beach, the city celebrated its 100th anniversary, right? September 29th, 2022. I was glad to be a part of the activities that the city planned. They had so many things, concerts, and they did a citywide tour, which I was the host of the tour. We rode around the city talking about the historical um, landmarks in the city. And this is part of the group from the STARS program from Lindsay Davis Community Center. It was my pleasure to ride on the trolley with them, and they learned a lot. And I learned a lot from them, things that I didn't know about the city from people who had been living here for a long time. So the city had a carnival. Now I had a great time at this carnival. And the best part for me was the food because I had to backslide that weekend. And so I got me some cotton candy. I think I got an elephant ear, got a sausage, a big thing of lemonade, and I walked around. They had rides, and I would like for them to bring that back every year. It was so much fun out there. And another thing that the city did was they invited me to participate in the library. Um, they had a local authors kickoff. So myself and Shandell Chapman were the first two local authors in celebration of the city's 100th anniversary. We kind of kicked it off. And so this is something that the library is looking to continue with local authors, having them come maybe, every couple of months to talk about their writings. And because I wrote this book called Riviera Beach Moments, which is Riviera Beach history, there's 3 volumes. Volume four comes out January 31st. They put my books on display in the library. Now, this is the display that they did in Riviera Beach Library in February for Black History Month. And I'm so grateful to them, grateful for the support and everything. And this is a write up that they did about my books. Not only myself, well, they did a write up about the books available at the Riviera Beach Library, and they used a picture of my books for the display. This is myself and Shando at the book discussion that we had. She has a book also, and we both talked about our books, and I gave a little bit of Riviera Beach history while I was there. The other thing that the city did was they did it's supposed to be intercoastal, but they got intracoastal. But we rode on this little boat, and when I tell you we had the best time, the weather was perfect, the wind was perfect. I didn't get sick. They gave a tour. They had asked me to talk about Riviera Beach history and some of the landmarks along the intercoastal, but I really didn't have to because the boat captain he already knew everything. So I was able to enjoy the tour. That was June 26th. We had snacks and they gave us drinks and we got to look at those beautiful mansions up and down the intercoastal. That was a lot of fun. So if you have the opportunity to take that tour, please go over there and get your little ticket and get on the tour boat. It is so nice. I loved it. And because of the wonderful things I did in my fabulous Facebook friends, one of them said, he said, I'm not too passionate about a lot of things, but I mean this on everything. The city of Riviera Beach, Florida should have a Deborah S. Hall Day 100, 100, 100. When y'all do that, I will be so grateful. You don't have to, but I thank you. Thank you for considering me. I appreciate you. So we're gonna keep on going. I'm gonna move on to some other things that I did in 2022, and I do have a couple of videos. So I'm gonna start with one video. This video is from this summer. Um, I think it was Memorial Day weekend. But anyway, I've been on this weight loss thing, right? And well, let's just talk about that right quick. So I'm gonna show you some pictures of where I was. You see my picture right there. So where I am right now. And, it's a lifestyle change for me. So this is where I was. I'm not going to tell you what my weight was, but I done got up there actually a little bit more than this. And I didn't notice it. I felt fine until I went to the doctor and I was like, hey, you need to make these changes. So I started making changes and changing my habits. This is a picture of me right after I voted. I was like, man, my head's really big, right? And this is another picture of me. I was supporting a business down in West Palm Beach. And boy, look at here. I was tearing it up, right? So then I started walking and I got on my journey of lifestyle change, no quick fad, no nothing. And so I got bold enough and I put my bathing suit on. I have this pool that I have been saving for 2 or 3 years. And I said, one day I'm gonna blow up my pool and I'm gonna get in it. So I decided to do it this year and I got in my backyard. Look at me
Oh, it's video
showing.
on. It's video on. Hey, honey. You can swim? Uh, look at her swimming in the pool.
All right. So my videographer was Chris, of course. But anyway, I got bold enough um to get in my pool and put my bathing suit on. I had me a good old time back there. So speaking of Chris, I got a couple of pictures of him. This is my encourager, my best friend. And this garden right here is the Singer Island Garden. And in 2022, they celebrated 1 year of being open. And Chris McCullen designed this garden here. So another picture of Chris. And one of the things that he and I do is through our nonprofit organization is we donate money through scholarships and whatnot to help kids. And so we made a donation to a coach, Chad Rollins. We gave him a financial donation to help the students under his program. And I was telling you about my bathing suit. I hadn't wore this bathing suit in a while because it was too small. But I finally was able to get into it. I got my little wrap on, and that's how I ended up going swimming in the pool. So, like I said, I'm jumping around here, but I'm going to make sure I get to everything. So in January, I went to Smoothie Me Please. That's my spot now. They got the best turkey sandwich I've ever had in my whole entire life. And every January for MLK weekend, they do something outside. So I went there and I actually had purchased this T-shirt there um, when I went previously. So I wore this T-shirt on the day I went to Smoothie Me Please. They are pretty much on the corner of Blue Heron and Broadway. Um, so it says Carter and Hester and Elam and Brissett. Those are athletes, football players who are from Riviera Beach. I love that shirt, one of my favorites. All right, so this picture is from Valentine's Day. I was a volunteer at the Lindsay Davis Community Center, and because of COVID at the time, we were still doing drive-throughs. So all they had to do was drive through. We gave them their little gift bags and lunch and everything. It was freezing cold that day, but I had a real good time standing out there. And so skipping around again, another business that I supported um, for their grand opening this year was Sweet Life Nutrition. I went in there and I bought some drinks and they made donuts and all kind of stuff that I share with people. And I was able to do a really good review or a video of them earlier this year. And speaking of videos, you could catch all of my previous videos and interviews on my YouTube channel. So everything that I have done for 2022 and also for last year is on my YouTube channel. To get to my YouTube channel, just go to YouTube and search for Deborah Hall, or you can put in at Deborah Hall 4816. Now, there are like three Deborah Hall. I have two other pages that I don't use. They are old. But the Deborah Hall 4816, that's my current page. And then you'll see my picture on there because I'm wearing these, I think the same sunglasses, I think. Somebody leave me a comment. Let me see who it is. Oh, somebody said this is awesome. So, you got to give StreamYard permission to use your name. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user on my end. But thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me for a few minutes. Let me hurry up and go through this because I don't want to be all day and y'all got things to do. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through, speaking of interviews, we're going to talk about all of the interviews that I've done this year. So we started off in January. My first interview for January 2022 was none other than Mr. Derek McCray, Mr. Barbecue, the Super Bowl man. So he came on and he gave some really great history about his father, Reverend Herman C. McCray Jr. Some things that went on, how the business was started, history of Riviera Beach. He gave some great information about the Super Bowl, and he was there in Los Angeles for the Super Bowl. And then after that, and again, you can go to my YouTube. You can see the whole interview. It's on my YouTube channel. After that, I did a Black History Month special where we talked about all of the people that you see there in the background and some other people. And it says it was recognizing the central role and contribution of Black people in Riviera Beach, the U.S., and world history. Because we made some contributions worldwide, actually universally, all in the universe. Okay. So for March, I did Women's History Month. My first interview was a good one. I actually had my mom on here, and she talked about both of her books, which are, by the way, available on Amazon.com. We had a great interview. She talked about her life and in her books, how she came to write her books and some other things. So check out those books on Amazon.com. They are called The Sparrow Watcher, and her second book is called Embracing Winter. Okay. And she talked about women's history. And then, in keeping with Women's History Month, I brought on the owner of Latoya's Special Touch Professional Cleaning Service, 5-star rated on Google. Latoya is the owner, and Latoya is my niece. Okay, we talked about some great things. And you know what? Before we started our interview, the first thing she did was say a prayer with me, and I appreciated her so much. I'll never forget that. So her interview is also on my YouTube channel. And then we had Miss Amber to come on for Women's History Month. Amber is a teacher, and she graduated from oh Lord, University of West Georgia. I think that's the name of the school. Sorry, Amber. But Amber is doing some great things, and she's a member of Alpha Phi Omega and some other things she's involved in. Her interview is available on my YouTube channel. And then to round out Women's History Month, I had the Reverend Iona Joseph Gamble. Oh my God, her interview was so powerful, and she gave so much history, especially women's history. Talked about Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. That was a great interview, and she had so many pictures. It was wonderful. So check out my YouTube channel again. My YouTube channel is Deborah Hall. Make sure you spell my name right. There's no O in my name. It's Deborah Hall. And look for at Deborah Hall 48616. All right. So going over 2022. 2022. I forgot to put an interview on here. So we did have Kayleen came on and we had an in-depth discussion about mental health. That was a very good interview, a little bit of personal testimony that I gave. And so following that, let me see. My brother came on to talk about relationships. I gotta find his and upload it right quick. But anyway, in between me giving interviews, I was being interviewed. And I want to thank Miss Ann McNeil, Mr. Calloway, and Artie Williams for allowing me to come on to the Blog Talk Radio and talk about Riviera Beach history. And then also, they let me know that every week they uh, they share information about Riviera Beach history from my book. So I appreciate them so very much. Sorry, y'all, for the interruption. Husband called, so when he called, I got to answer. Ooh, child. He could have Googled that. But anyway, um, what was I talking? Oh, I want to thank Mr. Calloway and Artie Williams and Ann McNeil for allowing me to come on and talk about Riviera Beach history on Blog Talk Radio. Anyway, Mr. Calloway, he goes deep sometimes on some subjects that because I work for the city, I can't really comment. He start talking about people. I give up, and that's it. But I want to thank them for letting me come on and share the rich history of the great city of Riviera Beach. And this is the flyer that they put out. The show is called I Am Riviera Beach. It's a podcast that comes on every Sunday at 2 o'clock. And there's the number on the screen if you ever want to jump on and listen. And then if you want to know how to get to it, you could go to my Facebook page, Miss Ann McNeil, Artie Williams, and then it will tell you how to get on, how to get to the podcast. I'm trying to do some things while I'm talking out. Excuse me. Um. All right. So also, Riviera Beach is rebranding. Okay. So you do know that all of Riviera Beach is waterfront property now. If you didn't know, and you own property in the city, hold on to it because no matter where you live in Riviera Beach, you have waterfront property. So I am pictured here with the marketing team that it has been hired by the city and is responsible for Riviera Beach's image and how we will be portrayed to the public and in advertising and things like that. So again, I was called upon to give them a tour of Riviera Beach, you know, all of Riviera Beach. And they were very impressed with our city. There is a lot uh, that they did not know. Um, exists in Riviera Beach. For example, Amazon. They didn't know about the Amazon building. Um, our Tiki Market, how they fixed up Stony Brook and uh, pretty much rebranded it and renamed it Azure States, the diving that's considered the best in the world over at Phil Foster Park. There's a lot about the city that they didn't know. They're from the Midwest. Forgive me, I cannot remember their names, but your girl was selected by the city to give them a tour of Riviera Beach. I gave them a lot of historic information, and we toured for about 2-3 hours. So I didn't leave any stone unturned. We went all up and down Blue Heron, Broadway, Congress Avenue, Military Trail. We saw it all. So I hope that I provided the information that they needed to get started to rebrand our city, because we don't want to be the top of the most dangerous city in America, which is a lie. So we're not going to continue with that narrative. So this is the team of people that the city hired, and then they included me, and I appreciate that. Depending on my wealth of knowledge with Riviera Beach history. All right, so my last in studio guest was none other than my brother James. Now, we had a great conversation about relationships, and he gave a lot of personal testimony about relationships that he's had, things that he's learned, things that he wish he would have done differently. His interview, again, is on my YouTube channel. So y'all go and subscribe. I got a pretty cool YouTube channel. I got videos from last year. All videos, interviews that I've done are on my YouTube channel. Okay, so we're going to get into some of these videos that I have other than just pictures. All right. Let's see what I got here. Let's see what this Okay, that was me when I was at the MLK marathon. That was before we got started. So short video of that. And what I like to do when I get out of work, sometimes I head straight to the beach. I might go to the Ocean Mall, Ocean Reef. Sometimes I go to Phil Foster Park. On this particular day, I went to the Ocean Reef and took my shoes off and had a fabulous time. It was so windy out there, but y'all saw my holiday polish on my toes. Yes, I went and got me some holiday, what I call candy paint, because it changes colors. Sometimes it's purple, sometimes it's green, sometimes it's blue. All right, so I got another video, and then I'm about to wrap up because I'm about done. Okay, so fast forward to the holidays. I have enjoyed my holidays. The city of Riviera Beach had their employee holiday gathering, and it was so much fun. So here's a couple of videos from that. Now the band, they were some young kids, like middle schoolers, and they were excellent. That is Faith Place, their band. I got another video. They were really, really good. Now I was all right with them till they started at the end, and the song that they played was, I guess, a song that Bethune Cookman University band played. that goes Hell Wildcats. I was all right till they started that because I'm a Rattler forever. Okay. But they were very good. Shout out to Faith Place for doing an outstanding job. Now, one of the things that city employees did was we got together and we all got us some cash and we did a money shower for one of our employees, fellow employees, friends who passed away last year, Mr. Terrence Holland. We did a money shower for his children this year. So we decided to bless them. So I took my money and I folded my money into airplanes, and then I went to the second floor of City Hall and I dropped my money. So I have a video of that.
No, right? They're gonna let the security figure it out.
This is for our beloved city employees here in College who passed away last year. This is for his children. We're showering the kids with money for Christmas so they can write their blessings. All over the floor.
I know, right?
All right, I had a great time. The food was good. It was catered by Cheney Brothers. I didn't know they had catering, but it was very good. All right, so when I was talking about my weight loss journey, um, well, my lifestyle change journey earlier, I forgot to tell y'all another way I got started in addition to talking to my doctor. When I take my 15-minute breaks at work, you get 2 breaks per day, 15 minutes apiece. So that's 30 minutes of walking times 5 days. And guess what? It worked. So this is me on one of my breaks outside, walking around the sidewalk. So you'll see me out there turning around, walking around up and down the sidewalk sometimes. And that's how I got started, and then from there, I moved on, got myself ready for the marathons. And another thing that the city of Riviera Beach did was they had a Juneteenth parade this year, which was a whole lot of fun. And I was out up on stage with Mr. Don Chris from the radio station, helping him as the announcer and filling in for him when I had to. I really enjoyed that. I hope they bring me back again, so I can explain to these people who don't know our city officials and our seniors in the community who they are and what they've done. So having me up there really helps to give information to be able to share it with the audience. And I think I had one more picture, and that's it for me for 2022. It has been epic. 2022 has not been a bad year. Good and bad happens for everybody. The good always outweighs the bad. I think it was one more picture of me and my mom. Yeah, I'm gonna show this picture. She probably don't want me to show it, but I'm showing it anyway. I'm gonna go see my mom with my sister and my niece. They came to town and we just drove up there one day. And we had so much fun laughing and talking. That's me and my mom right there. All right, y'all. So thank you everyone for paying attention and hanging out with me for this little bit of time. I have enjoyed it. Please go to my YouTube channel. First of all, before you do that, please like, share this video, buy some stars, and support. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I know y'all watching. Everybody watch. They just don't say nothing, but they watching. And I want to tell everyone happy holidays. Happy holidays. Get out and have some fun. I know some people don't feel like it. Some people have lost loved ones, but think about the good times, the great memories. And what do you think they would want you to be doing right now? Right? Get out and have some fun and find something happy to do. I had to do it. I received the most devastating news I've ever received in my life, I think. But you know what I did? Talk to God, was encouraged by the person, and put one foot in front of the other and kept moving. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. I promise you it will get better. Happy holidays, everyone. Have a happy new year. This is my last broadcast. I am the in studio guest this time to talk about my 2022 in review. May God bless all of you. Remember, all things are possible. And when you pray, make sure you put in the work. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.